Race 5 at Randwick yesterday was running in the Flight Stakes, a Group 1 level 3-year-old fillies, overall mile, and Samantha Wiss was brilliant again in winning this race. Zoom. You're a #1 fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Start up a fan club on on Facebook for it.
No, I just love this filly. You know, it's so nice to see a filly who, from day one, even as a yearling, she was one of the best yearlings. She was one of the best 2-year-olds, and now she's one of the best 3-year-olds. She's just always been at the elite level, and yesterday's win was full of merit. It was such an arrogant win. She just toyed with them, and when you watch her, all you see is pure quality. She's got strength and size, and I can't wait till she gets down to Melbourne. I think she's going to be a real force down there. I think the Cox Plate is going to suit her down to the ground. It's a high pressure race. There's a long sprint, and she can sustain a very long sprint. And I feel that the race is tailor made for her. Some people might think it'll come a bit soon. I don't. I think she's at the peak of her powers, and I think that she's going to be very, very hard to beat in that race. And now there's no weekend hustlers. With a query on him, and all the other horses, you know, suspect. I can't see why she won't.
Weight for age depth is lacking, isn't it? So
this is the right year to go.
Fantastic opportunity. Whether she wins it or not, I don't know, but it's just a great opportunity to have a crack at it, right?
It is, you know, and I think I can't speak highly enough of that mare, and she, Philly, and Chris Lees has done a tremendous job with her and deserves full credit for the way that he's placed her all the way through. And Huey Bowman, Corey Brown and Huey Bowman, they're just riding in tremendous form in Sydney, and they're really the two best jockeys in Sydney at the moment, and he rode it perfectly, like a good thing that she was. Portillo, real good effort. I think we all commented that we doubted whether she could run even 1,400 metres, and she ran a strong mile yesterday, so good effort. You know, she finished her race stronger than anything, and she's a valuable filly by Red Ransom out of Snowdrift. So
well related, isn't she?
You just wonder, like, I mean, she'll never be on the market because she's obviously owned by Darley. But if she went through an auction, what would she bring? It would just.
She won a Group 1.
No, she hasn't.
Slipper place.
She hasn't. But she's multiple group placed, and it's just it's one of the hottest families in the stud book.
Yeah.
So her effort was good, and Camilsey was another good game, honest effort from her. Following on from her previous
second in the T-Rose.
In the T-Rose, she franked that form. I thought that her effort again was smart. I couldn't really say much for the others. I think the others are just average. This is all about the winner. This is all about Samantha Miss. She's fast. Well, if she's not the best horse in Sydney now, she'd have to be very close to the elite horse in Sydney now. She's clearly the best 3-year-old. Racing to Win's out of the picture, and the others haven't come up. So she's certainly our big hope. If Sydney's going to have some success down in Melbourne.
The other principal hasn't come up.
No.
Yeah. Look, guys. I can only echo Suman's thoughts. I think I'm trying to draw comparisons where I can with her and some other 3-year-old fillies of the past, and it's always difficult, and it's probably a futile exercise often, but I have to say I was never one to sort of get excited about Miss Finland. She's a fantastic horse, but I was never one that thought that she'd certainly be up there beating some of the better older gallopers once she went into the open class, which she proved to be unable to do. And I think this filly's better. I do feel that Samantha Miss has more to offer than Miss Finland ever did when she moves into open company. So it will be one hell of a thing to watch when she steps out in the Cox Plate. Look, I still think that Weekend Hustler is the horse to beat in the Cox Plate, just being the older galloper, and I think Samantha Miss, you've got to go there and you've got to try as a 3-year-old filly this year. You boys made your point well there that if ever you're going to go for it, this is the year. I think outside of Weekend Hustler, what is there, guys? There's Pompo Ruler who ran a big race in it last year, and he's going well enough at the moment. And I noticed the second favourite's Princess Coup. Big win.
We'll get on to Kel later. Yeah, we'll get on to Kel.
But I mean, I think this is the year for Samantha Miss to have a crack, and I don't feel she'll be harmed for the effort because she's such a big filly that's got plenty of strength about her. It's hard to draw those comparisons. Will I be surprised if she won the Cox Plate? No. I think it's worth her shot at history, I suppose. Just a fantastic filly. It's amazing watching her. You know, the way Hugh Bowman just rides her with such arrogance. You know, three deep around
Doesn't
them,
care.
cruised around them, and just left them with disdain. The second two, assuming again you made your point well there, mate. Portillo and Camilsi, they just need to be born in a different year. You know that. They're two very good fillies. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them, and they'd be winning these races any other year. But they've ran into the wrong horse in the wrong year, and it's unfortunate for Connections. But I wouldn't complain if I owned them.
Will they go down for the 1,000 guineas?
Oh, you'd have to. wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So that they can avoid it there.
Well, what else is there left in Sydney for the 3-off fillies?
Well,
The Princess Series is over.
You'd have to think if they handle Melbourne Way,
Yeah.
they'd be really competitive.
It's
in that
just
horse.
it's Caulfield for Sydney horses, especially 3-off fillies. I think is such a great.
But let's just say they settle in and handle the track. They're as good as
they
anything in
handle
Melbourne.
They handle. Oh
They're
yeah,
probably
we were
better.
saying Edward
Yeah.
Manifold was an ordinary race. You know, so-
Edward Manifold. I mean, you've
Yeah.
got provincial horses coming out winning it, but
And they got a better form reference. Yeah,
There's much better form reference for Samantha Misson.
Yeah, I
And
couldn't argue with that.
You'd have to go down there for those races, you know. But again, there's probably not much left for me to add. She certainly is an outstanding 3-year-old filly. She's now going to take that. Well, has Chris Lee's actually come out and said yes, we're going to run in the Cox Plate? Because he was still like, we'll go home, we'll assess it.
He's
Sure,
still
sure.
not
She has to,
completely
right?
committing, but
Sure.
I think it's pretty clear now. If the horse is sound, she'll run in that race. And
No.
you know, she's had a great lead up and great grounding to run the distance.
She'll still need one more run into it, wouldn't she?
No, she won't.
Is it 3 weeks away, the Cox
She'll go
Plate?
straight there, mate.
I think
She'll
she'll
go
just go straight in.
Yep.
Wow.
Mate, they
Wow.
go from Epsom Day into the Cox Plate. They do it every year.
Yeah, but older horses do it. The 3-year-old fillies.
She's had plenty of racing. If she's
Well,
going
it's
to do it,
1,000
she's
guineas
actually
in a
gonna
week and a
race.
half, isn't it?
Yeah, she's not going to go.
The other thing too is
She's
that
always
if they're
running,
still
yeah.
considering the Oaks as well, they want to make sure that they don't give her too many runs
She's burnt
against
out
the
otherwise,
Oaks as well. So I think that's in the back of their mind
Yeah, agreed.
as well. So yeah, look, I think she's had enough.
The 3-week gap is my only concern really with her.
Never ideal.
Because it's a massive high pressure race, as we know, the Cox Plate. They are sprinting from the 800 onwards.
Yep.
But you know, he's a very good young trainer, so he knows.
Yeah.
I guess.
I know. I
It has to be a concern.
tend to prefer the hit and run sort of approach rather than taking away from Sydney earlier, because sometimes you find that horses from Sydney, once they go down, they don't thrive down there. They take the
Some of them don't settle in.
They don't.
But she's a very big, gross looking.
She's just
She's coltish looking.
Oh, she
You know,
really
so
is.
she
There is
can.
a lot of physical comparisons with her and some of the better mares that we've seen over the last few years. In that
Yeah.
she's physically stronger.
Like Sunline was, you know, just very
Maybe
powerful.
Harvey Davis.
Well,
both sort of-
Sunline and Mackay Diva, they were.
Well, look, she matured late into a big
Yeah.
lovely girl, but as a 3-year-old filly, I'm talking.
I think
about.
the difference is that those two horses, Sunline and Mackay Diva, were big course things and not particularly attractive. This horse is just
Quality,
stunning.
yeah.
She is just stunning. You know, you can't not look at her when you're in the enclosure. She just takes your eye, and yeah, I just.
Well, I've come up with a name for her, mate. And I.
Mrs. Hedge.
No, I referred to her on referred to her on the website on Friday as the babe from Broadmeadow. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that goes all right with me.
Coined the name.
She's the babe from Broadmeadow, and
The flight
so, anyway,
sensor.
that's about it for the fly station,
Yeah.
boys. All right, thank you.